Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game, Season 1, Episode 21, where tonight we have the third Money in the Bank qualifier, the four-way to determine the number one contender to the Tag Team Titles and who will face Enzo and Cass at NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. Of course, the TV title contendership match and Asuka and Bayley main eventing. Let's get straight into the show. Alright, welcome to NXT everyone. Tom Phillips, great to be here. Renee, can't wait. Renee Young, tonight we're going to have the main event of Asuka taking on Bayley, with the winner going on to NXT TakeOver Our Evolution to face Gail Kim for the Women's Championship. Corey Graves, big match feel tonight, Renee, big match feel. And also, says Renee Young, we're going to have a 4-team tag team match and the winners taking on Enzo and Cass at TakeOver Our Evolution. We also have Apollo Crews, Kendrick, qualifiers. Let's get to it. Good start. You know, my commentary team is really building up strong together. And a match that had some good action, but not in much heat. Apollo Crews defeated Kendrick in his second loss in 7 minutes via pinfall. So this was just a showcase match for Apollo Crews. He advances to the NXT Money in the Bank Championship match at Our Evolution TakeOver. Let's get to the next event. Alright, the scene opens up with Triple H, Scott Hall, and Waltman stepping out of the limo. Waltman looks around before screaming playfully, "The champ is here!" The trio continue their walking into the building until they run into NXT champion James Storm, who we haven't seen since 2 weeks ago. Storm walks up to Triple H, Hall, and Waltman, spits at their feet. "You're right, the champ is here." The fans boo at Storm. "What a pathetic piece of," he pauses, spitting again, "friends in high places." Waltman steps up laughing. "Look, buddy," says Waltman, "I'm just here, just like you, doing my job, getting ready to fight." James Storm smirk. "Getting ready to fight, huh? Is that right?" He says, looking away. "Is that why next week I'm main eventing against Finn Balor and you're doing nothing?" The crowd cheers. Hall can be heard saying, "It's a good matter, right, Chico?" To which Triple H nods. James Storm walks away as Waltman looks to his buddies. "Well," says Waltman, "he's not wrong. How about you guys book me next week too? I got a little bit of rust." "Sure, you got it, Chico," says Hall. The scene ends. Waltman playing it nice and fair here. Basically, this was the, just more of the clique doing clique things. They're not heels. They're good guys. Just buddies being buddies, giving each other preferential treatment. Not necessarily a heel thing, especially the way they play it. But Storm basically gets Waltman into a match. It'll be his debut on NXT television. And Storm and Finn Balor in my main event. Should be awesome. They have not had a 1 versus 1 match yet. Alright, next we have the camera finding Ty Dillinger talking to William Regal. A little upset. "Come on, Regal, let me have one more shot. One more chance to enter the NXT television title ranks." William Regal, "Ty, you had 2 chances. The only reason you had a second chance to earn the title was because your foot was very close to being under the rope and video replay was inconclusive." Tyler paces. "But I was close. He caught me out of nowhere." Regal nods. "I'll make you a deal, Ty. Perfect 10. Since you beat Tommaso Ciampa by in various ways the first time, this time you'll go one-on-one with his partner Johnny Gargano." The fans cheer. "But if you lose, Ty, you won't be allowed to face or fight for the NXT Championship or contendership as long as Ryder holds on to that big gold belt." Tyler thinks and quickly replies, "Done. What segment?" Regal, "Next." Ty nods understandingly. Alright, now and about that had solid in-ring action, but not in much way of heat. The Vaudevillains defeated the Hype Bros, Blake and Murphy, and Jordan and Gable in 10 minutes. And they have became the number 1 contenders to the NXT Championships. So, but, the Enzo and Cass went through the mechanics through Blake and Murphy, through Gordon and Gable. Now they will be going against the Vaudevillains at NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. Alright, now the camera finds Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn quickly brawling with Eva screaming back. The two are fighting all over the backstage stairs and road agents, referees, and finally William Regal walk up. "Bloody hell. You two haven't been able to keep your hands off of one another." Who now has Breeze against the wall with his arm extended to Zayn, who's angry, trying to get it. Breeze. Good. What I like to see." William Regal's eyes are go buggy as Zayn and Breeze fight back. At TakeOver Revolution is going to be you, Tyler Breeze, and you, Sami Zayn, in a strap match. The fans cheer at the strap match, a match which hasn't been used that ties competitors together, touching 4 corners to determine a winner. So a very interesting stipulation, but something I feel like NXT would go to. Alright, next, we have that match next. In a match that had some good action but no heat, Johnny Gargano defeated Ty Dillinger in 8 minutes with a roll-up. The NXT Championship storyline has advanced. Gargano and Ty Dillinger put on a really solid match, actually, which is very good to see. But Ty Dillinger, he's earned the 3rd shot. He's been the only one number contender to the TV title, and if you guys have followed along, you see I've been playing that out through an angle. But next week, he's either going to get it or he's not. Having picked up the victory, Ty Dillinger celebrates in the ring Dillinger will face Zack Ryder for the TV title, but if he loses, he doesn't get another shot while Ryder's the champ. Alright, next, the camera finds the Vaudevillains in the back celebrating after their huge win in their shot to take on Enzo and Cass at TakeOver. Up walks the champs, Enzo Amore. We saw your match out there, boys, and while we think you're a bit kooky, we are stoked to be defending the belts against upstanding gentlemen such as yourselves. Simon Gotch, we appreciate that, and in English, sure do. The two teams shake hands as Carmella walks by shaking her ass watching Enzo and Cass leave. Without even trying to, the camera catches the Vaudevillains watching as she pivots and leaves. Simon Gotch, now that, my good man, is certainly not soft. And in English, indubitably. The scene fades as the two chuckle. So we got a big tag team match at NXT TakeOver Our Evolution with Enzo and Cass defending against the Vaudevillains. We now see Asuka walking to the ring as she has a huge match against Bayley. We also see Bayley walking down the hallway to the ring as their match is coming up soon in the main event. The announcers put over the fact, as mentioned earlier, we'll be seeing Finn Balor take on James Storm next week in the main event of NXT. Alright, in a match that featured great action and average heat, Asuka defeated Bayley in 10 minutes by submission with a Kangoon after interference from Gail Kim. During the match, we saw Dana Brooke distract Bayley and Elma also distract Bayley. So Asuka gets the victory here, but kind of, I mean, through no fault of her own, through not cheating by her own, but Asuka clearly gets a cheap win here with Bayley being distracted. But an absolutely fantastic match. Gail Kim looks at the fact that she just cost Bayley the match and is laughing outside with her NXT Women's Championship over her shoulder. Dana Brooke and Emma put up their arms around Gail Kim as they walk up the ramp laughing. Bayley stands up and bumps into Asuka, who's now just realizing what happens as she shakes the cobwebs out and looks at Bayley. She seems unsure, but Bayley, without smiling, gives her a hug and raises her hand. Doing the right thing that a white meat babyface would do, putting Asuka over, even though she's not facing Gail Kim for the title. Bayley doing the right thing here to close NXT this week. Asuka is facing Gail Kim at the pay-per-view. The story continues between Gail Kim, Bayley, and her biatches. Basically, I wanted to, put on a good women's main event, and I thought this is, one of my better matches. Actually, I think it's my second highest rated match ever between Bayley and Asuka. So good things if NXT ever gets to that matchup. But basically, Bayley, having lost, still took the higher road here because Bayley is Bayley, and that's fine. And I love Bayley, and everyone loves Bayley. Who doesn't love Bayley? But yeah, basically, Asuka and Gail Kim, which would be a fantastic match at NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. So that was this week's show. We're going to get bumped again for the segments. Oh, there we go. Of course, we don't have enough interesting storylines going on. Well, screw you, because I cannot bump them up no matter what I do. It's increased us in one, lost us in one. A great show, I think, a great showing here for NXT, and thanks for watching, everyone.